Alex Ayala was just one step away from rewriting her Asian swing story. She had the momentum, the fire, and the crowd behind her, but in Suzhou, the dream slipped away in a heartbreaking twist. What really happened in that quarterfinal clash? Was it fatigue, inexperience, or simply the cold hand of destiny? Stay tuned, because this isn't just about a match. It's about the story of a young star learning how to handle the razor's edge of tennis greatness. Alex Ayala's journey at the WTA 125 Suzhou Open felt like a story on the brink of breakthrough. The 20-year-old Filipina, seeded fourth, had battled through back-to-back three-setters earlier in the week, proving her grit and mental strength. But when the quarterfinal stage arrived, she met a seasoned veteran, Victoria Golubic, the Swiss warrior who had once stormed all the way to the Wimbledon quarterfinals. The match began with Eala showcasing exactly why she's regarded as one of the brightest prospects in women's tennis. Falling behind 0-2 in the opening set, she didn't flinch. Instead, she found her rhythm, firing sharp returns and taking command of the rallies. 6 straight games later, she pocketed the set 6-2. It was the kind of dominant stretch that makes fans believe she is destined for the top 50 and beyond. But tennis has a way of flipping the script. In the second set, Golubic reminded everyone why experience matters. Mixing precision, variety, and relentless consistency, she raced a 4-0 lead and never looked back, sealing the frame. 6-2. Suddenly, the match was balanced on a knife's edge. Could Ayala, already weary from consecutive three-setters, muster one more push? The decider had all the makings of a classic. At 2, Ayala surged ahead, stringing together winners that left Golubic scrambling. Soon she stood at 5-2, just one game away from the semifinals, just one game away from facing world number 44, Tatiana Maria. The dream was so close she could almost touch it, and yet this is where heartbreak entered. The story, Golubic battle-tested and unshaken, clawed back. With calm resilience, she erased Ayala's advantage. Point by point, rally by rally. Suddenly, it was 5-all. Ayala steadied herself and edged back in front at 6-5. But the moment of truth slipped through her fingers. Golubic forced a tie break and then delivered a flawless, ruthless 7-0 sweep. Would you believe it? From holding a commanding lead, Ayala left the court, defeated, her Suzhou journey ending in crushing fashion. In a 2-hour and 21-minute battle, the difference wasn't talent or fitness, but the unforgiving weight of pressure and the poise of a veteran opponent. For Eala, this marked her second straight quarterfinal exit in the Asian swing following her loss in Jingshan just a week earlier. Back-to-back heartbreaks, but also back-to-back lessons. Because here's the truth. Every great champion has nights like this where the scoreboard doesn't reflect the fight, the growth, or the potential that's still unfolding. What if I told you this was less about defeat and more about preparation? Al walked off the court with more experience, more fire, and more hunger. She proved she could stand toe-to-toe with veterans. She showed she could dominate stretches of play, and she revealed a resilience to keep bouncing back after marathon matches. This is the beauty and the cruelty to tennis. One week it gives you hope. The next it teaches you humility. For Eala, Suzhou wasn't the end. It was a reminder that she belongs on this stage, that the semifinals and finals are coming, and that every heartbreak today fuels the triumphs of tomorrow. Can you believe how close she was to rewriting her story? Do you think this loss will light an even bigger fire in her game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because one thing is clear: Alex Ayala's journey is just beginning, and the world needs to keep watching. Sometimes the harshest lessons come when victory is just within reach. For Alex Ayala, Sujo was not just another tournament. It was a test of her heart, her resilience, and her ability to handle the razor's edge of competition. She led, she fought, and she nearly conquered until experience had the final word. But make no mistake, this is not the end of her story. This is the beginning of a champion's education. Every collapse today builds a steel for tomorrow's triumph. The question is, and when her moment finally arrives, and it will the world be ready for Alex Ayala's breakthrough? Let me know what you think in the comments below, because the journey is far from over. What if I told you that the Philippines is about to make tennis history? Imagine this. World-class tennis, right in the heart of Manila, with Filipina star Alex Ayala leading the charge as the country hosts its very first WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open. Would you believe that we are now just one step away from seeing our courts lit up by some of the best players in the world? This isn't just a tournament. It's a movement, and it's happening sooner than you think. The Philippines is on the brink of rewriting its sporting history. For decades, the country has celebrated basketball as its most beloved game. But today, another sport is ready to rise. Talks are underway to bring the first ever WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open to Manila in 2026, a bold move that could transform not only tennis in the nation, but the dreams of every young athlete holding a racket across the islands. Would you believe that this vision began with a single meeting? On September 29th, Nevada's mayor and FILTA secretary, General John Raytiano, sat down with Philippine Sports Commission Chairman Patrick Gregorio. Out of that meeting came an ambitious blueprint, hosting a WTA 125 event, opening the historic Razel Memorial Tennis Courts to the public, and even building a brand new Philippine Tennis Center in New Clark City. For Tienco, this is not just about logistics, it's about legacy. Our partnership with the Philippine Sports Commission paves the way for a new chapter in Philippine tennis, he said. And he is right. A WTA 125 is more than a tournament. It's a stage where Filipina athletes like Alex Ayala can shine against the world's best without having to travel thousands of miles. Gregorio, too, sees the bigger picture. This is more than a tournament. He emphasized this is about giving our athletes the chance to test themselves against the best, inspiring the next generation, and placing the Philippines firmly on the global tennis map. His words strike at the heart of what this means: opportunity, inspiration, and national pride. Tennis legends often trace their beginnings to modest courts. The greatest champions began their journeys on public courts. Gregorio reminded everyone, and it's true, Roger Federer, Serena Williams, Rafael Nadal, even Novak Djokovic, none of them started under the lights of a stadium. They began on cracked courts, guided by raw passion. Imagine if Filipino children had that same access. What greatness could rise from there? The timing could not be more perfect. Alex Ayala, the trailblazer Philippine tennis, is riding the crest of her career. In 2025, she made history by winning her first WTA title in Guadalajara, a tournament of the very same WTA 125 level that the Philippines now aims to host. Can you believe that? The same kind of event, where she carved her name in history, could soon be played on home soil in front of her countrymen in the city, where tennis is ready to explode. But make no mistake, this isn't just about one player. It's about the doors that will open. It's about the ripple effect. When a nation sees its heroes compete at Home, it's about the 10-year-old in Cousin City picking up a racket for the first time because she saw Eala battle on a court she could one day step on herself. The WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open could ignite a new golden era for Philippine tennis. It could give local athletes the exposure, the competition, and the confidence to reach heights that once felt impossible. So here's the big question. What do you think? Could 2026 be the year the Philippines finally takes its place on the global tennis stage? Can you see a future where the Rizal Memorial Courts are no longer just a landmark but the birthplace of champions? Let me know in the comments below, because one thing's for certain, the story of Philippine tennis is just getting started, and the world is about to watch it unfold.